This is John Trussell from Trussell Driving School. In this video, I'd like to explain to you the 3 to 4 second rule for safe following distance. It's typically you want to maintain a spacing between the rear of the car ahead of you and the front of your car of a minimum of 3 seconds. Now, the way you determine that is you pick out any stationary landmark ahead, and when the rear of that car ahead of you passes that landmark, you should be able to count 1001, 1002, 1003 before the front end of your vehicle reaches that landmark. If that space, or if you do not reach a count of 1003, then you simply need to back off. Now, I prefer 4 seconds. 4 seconds just gives you a little extra cushion, gives you that additional second to react, and just makes for a much safer driving experience, especially with newly licensed teen drivers. So typically that reaction time, you want to just allow for a little extra reaction time. The reaction time can vary from one person to the other, but on average, from the time you perceive the braking of the car ahead of you and react to that braking is on average about 1.5 seconds. So adding an additional second and a 4 second following distance between the rear of the car ahead and the front of your car just gives you a little extra, security and measure of safety. So I'd like to show you in this video what it looks like if a car is following a car ahead of them and there's only a 1 second following distance between that car and the car ahead. So let's take a look. So car 1 is going to brake here at the line, at the cones, braking. Car 2, braking. Car 2 actually was 1 second behind this car. Now just imagine if this car 2, was in the same lane or following behind car 1, you clearly see you would have a rear end collision. So that's at 1 second. Now at 2 seconds following distance, let's see what happens. So again, this car will begin braking at the cone. Car 2 brakes at the cone. And again, you can see that we still would have a collision. And again, that is if this driver perceives and reacts in the average time of about 1.5 seconds. Should he not, and he's distracted on a cell phone, texting, changing the radio station, looking down to grab the next French fry, then, clearly that could be a much devastating collision. So now let's take a look at what 3 seconds looks like. And again, this is the minimum distance I would recommend for anyone. So these cars, this car 2 now is at 3 seconds behind. So 1001, 1002, 1003, they reach that line, they brake, and you can clearly see that there is a space gap in the middle. Again, I recommend 4 seconds, especially with a newly licensed driver, and I recommend 4 seconds for any driver. It's just a good practice and a great measure of safety to keep you collision free for life. Now, keep in mind, this is under normal road conditions, a clear, dry day. If you have rain or any other adverse weather condition, you want to add 1 additional second for each adverse weather condition. I hope this helps to make you a better driver and a more informed driver. And please be safe out there. And remember, safe driving doesn't happen by accident. It's something that we must practice each and every day. So put this into practice in your daily driving routine, and it just makes for a much better driving experience. Thank you, Trussell Driving School.